Tonight, we start with the I-Team. They're investigating an illegal dump site. It's hidden right in the middle of Fort Worth, kind of a hidden hazard, if you will, with a mysterious owner left untouched for years, even despite complaints. And no, that's not all. Andrea Lucia is here with a story, Andrea, honestly full of twists here.
Yeah, Nicole, it started with this dump. Then we learned that the landowner is getting some pretty big property tax breaks. And the name on state records we found is a man who just ran for Congress. But I don't want to get ahead of myself. If we want to start at the beginning, we're going to have to tell you about the donkeys.
Hi, sweetheart. Come here.
These are the donkeys that led one animal rescue volunteer straight down a rabbit hole.
We got a report that there were 2 abandoned donkeys on vacant property. I was hoping to reach out to the owner of the donkeys and let's work with the owner to get them in a better spot.
So Nancy, who didn't want her last name used, began researching the 70-acre lot on Randall Mill Road. The owner, she found, was a company called Dorex, with no phone number, no email, and a business address that leads to this home on a quiet street in North Dallas. Even more puzzling, she says, was what she found in property tax records.
That 70 acres is valued at almost $1.3 million. And according to the property records that I saw, they paid $125 or $127 in property taxes. That doesn't make any sense.
The property we found has an agricultural exemption, a special valuation for farms, ranches, or other related businesses. This application from 2017 shows at one point there were horses, chickens, and goats on the property. While those animals are gone and the donkeys are not quite enough to qualify for the exemption, the landowner still pays less than $200 in property taxes every year. But Nancy says the biggest surprise came from a man who lived nearby.
I saw mountains of tires, roofing shingles, construction materials, drywall, just dumped everywhere.
Neighbors we met say they've known about it for years.
How long has this been going on?
Approximately 2020 is when they started dumping in the back.
When they started the dumping. And how could you tell?
The truck traffic in and out.
What Mary Kelleher watched on the ground, Ramsey Shufi later saw from the sky.
Tires right there.
His property shares a border with the land. He flew his drone and found a clearing in the middle of a heavily wooded area filled with shingles. You can see some of the tires through the tree canopy. Here's a better look at what we saw from Air 11 in February, before the spring growth. A river of at least 1,000 tires hidden deep within the property.
I don't know if you've seen a tire fire before, but they're unstoppable. There's enough tires and shingles back there to light this whole place on fire.
Both neighbors worry that the environmental damage could be even more widespread.
The one thing that really makes me nervous about all the trash is the asphalt shingles will eventually start seeping into the soil, which then feeds into the Trinity River. This is all mostly floodplain.
It's disappointing to know that the city and TCEQ are allowing the water that leaves that property where the shingles and debris is ending up in the Trinity River.
The I-Team found the city and state are both well aware of the dump site. According to a police report from May 2022, 2 years ago, officers responding to a complaint found a pile of shingles approximately 15 to 20 feet tall.
It was a huge, huge dump.
Roland Bell is the supervisor of Fort Worth's Environmental Investigation Unit. He says the criminal charge for illegal dumping depends on the weight of the trash. Anything up to 1,000 pounds is a misdemeanor. Above that, it's a felony.
There was so much there that we didn't need to get it weighed. I could stipulate in court that it's over 1,000 pounds.
Fort Worth PD called in the Texas Commission on Environmental Quality. TCEQ investigators took these photos and measured the dump in cubic yards. 1 cubic yard is about the size of a standard washing machine. According to the report, there was about 1,760 cubic yards of trash and nearly 1,300 scrap tires. That summer, the TCEQ issued warnings to the property owner and property manager and ordered both men to clean everything up. Bell says a job that size could cost up to $1 million.
Technically, it would be on the property owner. Is he going to be able to afford to do that? I don't know. I don't know what kind of money he's got.
We couldn't reach the property manager. Neighbors say he left town after the dump was discovered. The TCEQ report identifies the owner as Shahzad Chaudhry. Remember Durex, the company listed as the owner of the property? Records show Chaudhry is listed at that address too. We couldn't find him at the Dallas house, and none of our calls were returned. It wasn't until we reached an accountant listed in company records that we realized the answer was right in front of us. He told us Shahzad Chaudhry also goes by the name Raja, a Democratic candidate for the 32nd Congressional District. Chaudhry lost the primary in March, but his campaign website is still active. It says Raja is committed to protecting the environment by participating in local cleanup efforts and educating others about the importance of environmental stewardship.
Hello?
His campaign manager gave us a number for the former candidate. The man who answered denied being Chaudhry and hung up. In text messages, he claimed Chaudhry is not the property's owner, but wouldn't identify who is. He told our producer whatever happened on the property was never authorized and is getting taken care of. Meanwhile, the dump remains.
If it comes down to it, we as the taxpayer of City Fort Worth have to eventually pay for this to be removed if the landowner doesn't want to or defaults, or who knows? At the end of the day, who's going to be responsible for this?
And neither the city nor the state has said it will lead this cleanup. TCEQ did try and visit the property again a few weeks ago, but investigators said they couldn't get access.
And I think, it's a massive area that we're talking about and so much trash that you took us through there. But I think what caught a lot of people's attention are the dollar signs here. The property break that you mentioned, right? $1 million worth of land, less than $200 on the property tax. What is the land, qualifying for here, or does it even still qualify for that tax break?
Yeah, that's actually a really interesting issue. And the appraisal district has asked the owner to actually reapply for that ag exemption. And that means there will be an inspection sometime soon to see what agriculture is taking place there. Well, oddly enough, in the last few days, things are looking a little more agricultural. Our producer went by the property this weekend to see if there had been any changes. She didn't see any cleanup efforts related to the dump. But as you can see here, she did watch as men brought in several horses. And for anyone wondering, before you go out and try to round up some farm animals for your backyard, to qualify for the ag exemption, land needs to have been used for farming or ranching for 5 of the last 7 years. If this property loses its exemption, the owner could owe 3 years worth of rollback taxes. So we're definitely going to keep you updated on that.
Something tells me they heard the CBS News Texas I team was around and got on things. Andrea, we'll know you'll keep us posted. Thank you so much.